Got everyone muted. I want to drop in and breathe a little bit. I myself have been kind of feeling overwhelmed a bit by a lot of the things and people's, it's just like there's so much. Um, and um, and taking care of ourselves, it's useful to just breathe and notice our own experience and what we're feeling and where we feel it. The more we are able to do that, the more we're able to come back to that quicker and quicker, so that when things feel overwhelming, we can take a moment, take a breath, come back and address things from a more clear place. And that's super awesome. So let's go ahead and breathe. Close your eyes, find a comfortable position. So we're just gonna take a curious mind and notice how your breath can travel through the back of the body. So just kind of breathe. Doesn't have to be really huge breaths. It doesn't have to be anything. Just notice. And you can try to breathe into the low back, maybe the lower ribs, open and draw away a little. Just keep trying to notice and expand through the back body. As you're noticing the expansion with the inhales, notice how gentle and soft the exhales can be. It's very soft, sinking in and laying down. Notice how high up you can breathe into the tops of the shoulders, the upper back. If you could open your ribs in the side body with your breath. That really soft exhale. Try breathing through the front body. So the low belly expands open, softens. Breathing into the chest might be more accessible because that's where a lot of our breath kind of gets halted. in day to day? And a few breaths to notice all of it at once. So we can take a big inhale into the back, the lower, the middle, the upper, the chest, the low belly, this big opening and receiving. And then the softest exhale, letting go. Two more times, big breath. Notice how your shoulders let go with your exhale. Bring the hands together to the heart space, honoring yourself, showing up today as you are. Let go of the hands. We'll start some easy cat-cows, gently blinking open the eyes. Roll the shoulders a bit. I think the breath is this really awesome tool because it's our connection from our inner world and our outer world. It's that connection, that exchange. And it's the connection of our voluntary and involuntary nervous system, where we will breathe without even having to think about it. Whereas to move my arm, the thought happens and the reaction happens. But to breathe, it just happens. The heart just happens, it just does it. But bring your shoulders down, take your arms out side to side, and we're gonna start lifting up with big breaths, and then bringing it in, pressing the hands together, and then taking it back up, rotating it out, bringing the fingers down, and keep going. The breath is something that we can actually work with and create change. I can't easily change the way that my blood might shunt to different areas when I get stressed out, or how my eyes might dilate, or how my heart rhythm changes. I can't really do much about that in the moment, but I can change my breath. And that helps to change those other things into more of a peaceful state more quickly. Push your hands outside to side the next time. Hold it there. And bring the fingers together underneath the wrists. Stretch them towards you. And softly let the hands come down. Exhale them down. Inhale, reach your arms up, bring the palms together. Rotate the hands out, and very softly, like your exhale, they come down to the side. Walk the hands forward into our forward fold. Take a few breaths. Great. Walk the hands back and let's go ahead and change the leg position if they are in a position to change. A few more cat cows, just opening up a little bit more. Come to neutral, take your hands to either sides, press into the fingers gently, roll your shoulders back, make your arms nice and active here, relax your knees and your hips, soften the jaw, soften the forehead, soften the eyebrows, and draw your chin in and roll it down towards the chest. Breathe and relax all of those things again, the forehead, the jaw, the hips, the knees. If it feels good to move your head a little side to side. But I'm keeping the angle of my chin downward. Good, let that go. Let's come on into table and keep rolling through cat-cow. Awesome. Move your hands forward and come up to down dog. Let's spend a little time in down dog. Press into the hand. Make a little lightness through the wrists. Strong arms. Lots of space through the shoulders. Relax your neck. If it feels good to gently shake your head yes and no. Inviting more space into the very upper part of your neck. Pedal the feet. Lift up your heels. Stretch up through the legs, stretch up through the tailbone. Exhale. Slowly soften the heels. Towards the mat. Ooh, breathe. And step forward. Come to your half lift. Exhale to fold. Forward fold. Let's come all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the hands down into the heart. And relax the arms to the sides. Great. Stand in mountain pose. Take a breath. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot. Lay your torso onto your legs. Relax your neck. Little half lift. Exhale, back into fold. Lift. And fold. Half lift. And take both feet back into plank pose. Step back. Here we are. I'm going to bring the knees down if that is supportive for you for your plank pose. If you do, keep your legs strong. Even with the knees down, I'm engaging my legs, low belly. Exhale to come all the way down. Hug your elbows to your sides, cobra pose. Exhale, let that go. 2 more times, cobra. Let it go. And inhale, exhale. Tuck the toes, push up to down dog. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Come all the way up. Come back to mountain pose. Exhale. A breath in mountain. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. A long inhale, half lift. Take the right foot all the way back. Gentle, bring that knee down. Pad your knee if that helps you with a pillow. Draw the heart forward. Lengthen out your front leg. It doesn't have to be totally straight. Mine won't be because my hamstrings and quads are not warmed up. And to do that would strain the tendons of my knee. Draw the heart forward. So I'm bending back into my front knee. And I'm just going to do that a couple of times more. Forward and back. Just getting into it a little bit. Forward. And back. And forward. Step back into plank. Bring the knees down, lower all the way down. Cobra to down dog. When you lower down like that in chaturanga, sometimes the lower body, like the hips, the pelvis, the tummy, they'll want to come down first. And it requires this lifting upwards through the torso as you lower down, lowering with control so the heart comes down in line with everything else. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift, exhale into forward fold. And sometimes that's, more available than other times. Sometimes we have different energy, different, feels stronger than other days, other moments. Rise up. Into mountain pose, exhale, arms to the sides. Take a full breath in mountain. Remember that soft exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, left foot all the way back. Same thing on this side. Back knee comes down, fingers kind of on the mat, underneath the shoulders. Lengthen the leg, drawing the hips back. Forward. If you ever, when you're stretching through the hamstrings and you feel the pull, the stretch right in like the back of the knee, that's where the tendons are. We're looking for more sensation at the upper part of the back of the leg. Heart forward. And lengthen. What would one do if that was the case? Maybe bend the knee a little bit, taking some of the pressure off, and then drawing the hip back a little further. Maybe that helps. Heart forward, step back into plank. Lower the knees. We'll give this a try. Lower the front body all at the same time. Cobra pose. Down dog. Awesome. Step forward. All of it again. Halfway lift to forward fold. Rise up. Exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up. Big stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, right foot all the way back. Gentle, lower the knee. Use your fingertips. Draw the heart forward, creating that strong core to draw forward. Exhale, lengthen out your leg. Point the toes up. Drawing the hips back. Heart forward and step back into plank. Again, knees down. Exhale, slowly hug your elbows to the side so you touch the ribs on the way down into cobra. Exhale to down dog. You know when it's been like a long day and you finally make it home and you finally make it to the couch or to bed and that exhale. Step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let your exhales kind of have that sweet surrendering, that safe letting go. Rise up. Bring it through the heart into mountain pose. A full breath. Inhale, arms up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, the left foot back. Lower the knee. Draw the heart forward. Fingers on the ground. Exhale, lengthen out the leg. Hips back. Bring your heart forward. Step back into plank pose. We'll take one more from the knees. Lowering down. Cobra pose. Exhale to down dog. Inhale to take your left leg and reach it straight back. So there's no rotation. The hips are level. You can look at your toes. Exhale, bring your foot forward and rise into your crescent lunge. Inhale, rises up. Awesome. Take a flight. Arms to the sides, spread out the fingers and fly. Warrior three. We're working towards having this back leg also level, just like when we're doing three-leg dog. It's basically the same shape. Bring your back foot into warrior one. So the toes come down and the heel comes down. That leg is now angled out. And the arms up. Exhale to step forward. Land right into mountain pose. Align the feet. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace the fingers this time and press the sky. Exhale, gentle release, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take your left foot and step it all the way back. Gentle the knee down. Take your hands and lift them up to the sky. So we're engaging the legs like they're pulling into each other. Exhale, hands down, coming into our twist. Back knee can be down, it might be up. I've talked in the past about how that changes the angle of the pelvis and the angle of the twist, and it might just feel good to do it one way or the other. Hand could be up, it could be at the low back. Exhale, lower that knee down, lengthen out your front leg, point the toes up. And here you might start to notice there's a bit more space, maybe. Great, walk the hands forward, bend into that knee, step back into plank pose. Come through chaturanga, maybe it feels ready to lower till the elbows touch to the sides. Untucking the feet into upward facing dog. Exhale to down dog. Gentle, engage your shoulders into the side body and bring your knees down. Let's take the hands, bring them underneath to tabletop. And we'll take the hands, turn the fingers towards you, palms on the ground, one at a time or both together. Just depends on how it feels for you. Gentle, come out. Let's just come up to kneeling and we'll take the hands and just do some circles for the wrists. You can move your wrists in any way that feels good for you. Just like to give it some space. A little stretch. Maybe even a little squeeze, a little massage. Other side. Wrists are very impressive. All these little bones, little joints. Let's take the hands forward into downward facing dog. And we'll take the right leg up for three-leg dog, straight back. Now, while you're here breathing, that leg is straight back, the other leg, maybe the heel is working its way towards the mat. Engage the inner legs towards each other. And you might notice how this could be like a warrior three, airplane. And step that foot forward, come up into crescent lunge. And fly into your warrior three airplane. Your arms could be at the sides, they might be at the hips, at the waist. Fly. And this leg is coming straight back. The heart's drawing forward. Exhale, land into mountain pose. Whew. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, you might need to bend your knees a lot. We're coming into a little different wrist stretch. I think it's gorilla. Bringing your hands underneath the feet. So the wrist crease, the toes tuck right in there. One hand, maybe both. This does kind of play with the balance, drawing your weight forward more into the toes. A little easy compression, pressing into your toes. Relax the back of the neck. Take one hand out and then the other. All right, half lift. And we are stepping the right foot all the way back. Gentle, bring that knee down. Draw your heart forward. Lift up the arms and breathe. Exhale, your hands down, coming to twist, back knee up or down. Engage your inner legs towards each other, so we're coming into midline. The arms are relatively towards midline, the legs are relatively towards midline, the long spine. Exhale, bring that hand down. Lower your back knee again if it's not already, and lengthen out your front leg. The top of the head draws towards the toes. Bend into your front knee, step back into plank pose. Come through your chaturanga. Exhale to down dog. Oh. All right. Take your right leg up. And exhale to step it forward. I forgot warrior one. Take your back foot to warrior one. There it is. Take a moment to feel into your exhale. Awesome. Let's lengthen out our front leg and come into pyramid. Here we can really get into exhale mode and just soften, soften, soften. This is another place where you might feel most of the stretch or sensation at the back of the knee. And if you do, maybe you bend in your knee a little bit more. Maybe you draw that hip back a little further. Just try to work with that. Awesome. Bend your front knee, rise back up, step forward, right to mountain. We'll take a pyramid on the other side. So take your right foot and step it back into warrior one. And then lengthen out your leg. Here we are. Pyramid on this side. Sink into your exhales. Bend your knee and come up. Step right into mountain. Take your hands and we'll clap them forward and back. Soften that out and turn side to side, doing the windmill motion through the arms. I always like to do it the way I learned in Qigong is to have this patting my hands at the front and the back of the ribs. Just a gentle little pat at the end. But if that feels like it becomes more effort to the arms and you want to feel more movement through the shoulders and the torso, you could just make it a little more free. Take care of your knees. I love this feeling. I could do this like for the whole, I could just do this for an hour. but I won't. I won't do that to you. All right, let's slow it down and just stand in mountain. Awesome. We're gonna come into our tree pose. So stand onto the left leg and hug your right knee up. Open it out into tree. So you can play with having the toes at the ground, the heel pressing in. You could play with having the foot underneath the knee, the foot pressing in, the leg pressing back into the foot. Or you could try having it above the knee. None of it's better than anything else. The pelvis is facing forward, and that might make your knee come in a little bit, and that's okay. Take the arms up if they're not up, and we breathe. If it's okay, take it slow, breathe. Take your knee forward without setting your foot down. Fly the leg back, reach your arms forward. Warrior 3. If it's okay, come back up without putting your knee down and bring your knee forward, arms up. So it's just this little transition. Let go, mountain. That transition is really just working with the rotation of the pelvis over the femur and kind of like getting into this core strength that you can stabilize and hold yourself through transitions. Stand onto your other leg, lift up your other knee, hug it close. Of course, sometimes, we wobble, we fall over, we bring our foot down, we try again. No big deal. Open out and come into tree pose. So we'll try it on this side. Keep the arms as they are. Take your knee forward and then kick your leg back. Arms forward, warrior 3. Take a breath. And now the arms come back up and the knee comes forward. Awesome, release it up. Good, let's step out wide onto the mat into our wide forward fold, parallel the outsides of the feet. So I want to bring the heart forward like a half lift, hands underneath the shoulders. And just like kind of roll your shoulder blades. Rolling at the arms a bit, just like move the shoulder blades around. My torso is doing kind of like a little cat-cow thing to support that movement. There's no right or wrong way. It's just exploring what it feels like, and maybe it can feel a little more free. Good. Bend the knees, come up. And open out warrior 2 to the left. The front knee is opening towards like the pinky toe. The outer side of your foot is level in line with the outer side of your leg. If your knee is rolling in, try taking your back foot. Maybe you bring the toes forward a little bit more, shifting the pelvis forward a little bit more so that the knee can come into a line. When you have that, you can work with that. And maybe over time, we kind of lengthen the pelvis back away. Maybe the back foot shifts. Knee, toes, hip, always same direction, both legs. Lengthen into your triangle. And we'll be here for a couple of breaths at least. Just breathe. Keep the heart lifting. Exhale gently, let go of the top hand, bend your front knee. Come upright through warrior two and reverse warrior up and over. Reach the fingers up and over your head towards the back wall. And let that go. Pivot the foot. Bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, press the hands together. Little micro bend of the elbows to fold. So we're reaching the hands up and away. And relaxing the back of the neck. Engaging the quads to lift up the kneecaps. Exhale the hands down to the low back, relax them down the legs. And relax in, just another breath. Great, come up. Same thing on the other side. Finding your warrior two position. The front leg dictates the rest of the setup for the rest of the pelvis and back leg. So find it first, knee over the heel, open the knee towards there. And it might be helpful to have your hand to the inside of the knee here, just to kind of like feel this position. And of course, it might shift other things more in the direction of warrior one. It's okay. Kind of lengthening the pelvis back away from there, coming into warrior two. And into triangle. Right, set up back into your warrior two to reverse your warrior up and over. Awesome, let that go. I laugh because I always hold my breath during that reverse warrior and I'm trying to stop holding my breath. And to forward fold. Stretch out a bit side to side. I like this move. Walking my left hand in front of my left foot. And then my right hand, it's like I'm reaching out to the side. And then the other side, I'm walking my right hand in front of my right foot. And my left hand is like reaching out for something. And then let that go. And bend the knees and rise back up. Heel to the feet together. Shake out the legs. And we'll step back to the front of the mat. Arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So it feels good to kind of ragdoll and sway a bit here. You can even have your hands to the opposite elbow. Step the feet back into your tabletop. In tabletop, sway your hips side to side. Gazing over the shoulder to the other side, back and forth. Now we're going to be coming into pigeon or figure four. That'll be up to you. Either side, either way first. Coming up, if you'd like to come through down dog, a lot of people come through down dog first, lifting up their leg, bringing the knee forward. Sometimes if it's available and accessible, I'll just bring my knee forward, but it just depends. Structure. In pigeon, we're coming down, really sinking into the exhale. Figure 4 could be in a seat, or it could be laying on your back. Come out from this side in your way. Again, some people like to come back up through 3-leg dog, lifting that leg, moving it around. Other side. Way out slowly, come into your child's pose. Come forward into your seat. Let's stretch the left leg out to the side. Gonna lift up and fold over that leg. So we turn the heart towards the knee, the fingers and the top of the head towards the toes. Lengthening. And spend time with your exhales again. Soften the heart. Walk your hands up and take the back of your hand down the leg, lifting up, kind of like a reverse warrior, up and over, reaching both hands towards the foot. Press your hand into your leg so that you have support on the way back up. Other side. Lifting up and turning the heart to the knee. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands up and side. Side stretch up and over. Press the hand into the leg to come up. Awesome. Bring your legs into any neutral seat, whatever feels good for you. Could be butterfly, could be crisscross. And we'll take the arms, take them forward, cross at the elbow, coming into eagle arms. The wrists might be able to cross back, maybe not. Try to make one line, one midline. So the hand's gonna form one, the wrists and the forearms form one. And it might be, you know, we're holding on somewhere on the fingers and it might not be at midline, but we have this general sense of drawing inward through the forearms. Make these motions small, taking the elbows down, taking the elbows up, make it small, little by little. Less is more for the shoulders like this. Exhale, the elbows down. And we'll just gentle, let go of the arms. Notice which arm was on top. Take the arms up. Exhale, bring the other arm across. Eagle on the other side. It's funny I say that and then I don't remember which arm is which. Elbows down. And very small, the elbows lift up just a little. Gentle, let that go. Awesome, take your hand out to the side, lift up and over. Pressing into that hand, we get this sense of almost like lifting back up through the side of the ribs, like the lower ribs, and then lengthening back out again. So we're trying to make this really beautiful kind of like rainbow through the side body, nice and smooth. Other side. And come up. Great. Bring the hands over the chest at the at like midline underneath the collarbones. I'm just pressing in gently with my hands and gonna lift the chin up little by little. Bring the chin down. Take your hand across to one side of the collarbone, underneath the collarbones, press in and draw away. So I'm pressing in with like the side of my hand and sort of energizing my hands down towards my knee. Then take your chin the other way, away from there. And you can play with the angle. Just make your movement small so that you can come out of it if it feels wrong. I like to take my chin down and then I slowly kind of draw it up. And down. Other side, press in underneath the collarbones, drawing the fingers, the hand in and out to the side. The chin draws away and play with the angle. Gentle, let that go. Awesome. Let's go ahead and lay down to the back And when you get there, hug your knees, massage your back, rocking side to side. It's like even in yoga, coming down to your back can have that same feeling like you just got home. Relaxing the back into the mat. Come to happy baby, grabbing for the outside of the feet. There's this pressure for the hands into the feet and the feet back into the hands. The low back is staying on the mat. And the legs are kind of just working their way towards your side, the thighs towards the ribs at the side body. The shins are kind of like working towards vertical. And within that, there could be play, there can be lightness. You might rock, you might play with like standing one leg. Bring the feet down and come to bridge pose. Lifting up the hips, extend through the front body. Lift up the heels, roll your body down. And we're gonna bring the hands, kind of tuck them into the glutes. So you're framing your sacrum. This might be supportive to take your legs up. Draw the legs together. Let's move the ankles a moment here. Just give some movement, some circles into the ankles. All right, with the legs together, your hands can be supportive for your low back, underneath the pelvis, palms on the ground. And now we're just going to take little circles for the legs. So I'm just drawing a circle with my feet. Little circle. The low back is anchored by the low belly, drawing down. Bring it in. And the circle might get bigger. You can always adjust your hands as needed, doing what feels right for you. It's just helpful to have something there to support, to keep the low back anchored. Using our core muscles, the circle might get bigger, legs out towards the side, legs forward. The more they come forward, the low back's going to try to lift up, so we can know where that is, where to stop. And easy, bring the feet down. Let's come back to bridge pose. Lift up the heels and roll down. And we do it again, making circles the other way. So legs up. And now I'm going to draw a circle the other direction. Low belly, drawing into the low back, keeping strong and anchored. Maybe it's bigger circles. You can notice which parts feel more stable, less stable, where you would want to maybe go slower. Good. Bring the feet down one more time for bridge. Lift up the heels and roll down. We're going to come into twists. So take the hips To the left an inch or two. Draw your knees up and let them come over to the right. Let them slide, let them relax. Tee out the arms to the sides. And we breathe. Just let it be heavy. While we're in our twist, we can return to that feeling of the breath, noticing where we can breathe, what can open and expand, and what can just soften and relax. Slowly bring the legs back into midline. Shift your hips the other way. Draw your knees up and let them come over to the side. So the knees move the other way, opposite of the hips. And we breathe. Come back to neutral. Let the knees sway side to side. And it's time for Shavasana. And to find our stillness. If there's anything you need to do to get comfortable, any last positions. You stretch out your hands a little bit. Just settling in. Close the eyes.